Day in the Life episode of the marathon. My name's Mare, and today, hair on my lip, cool. It is Saturday, and so you are going to come along as Thomas and I have a hopefully super chill, mostly stay at home kind of day, like do some chores, like some dishwasher, some watering the plants, we'll play some games, just spend a day together. As you can hear him. I am just about to change the water in these beautiful flowers I got for Valentine's Day. I was talking about in my last vlog. That is my top tip with flowers to make them last as long as possible. It's like change the water, cut the ends. If you can really like maintain them, they will last. As I always talk about, like grocery store flowers last me minimum 2.5 weeks usually, especially the ones from IGA. I like swear by all the time. Plus they're inexpensive. Like on Valentine's Day, I think their roses were like $25. Like unheard of. Anyway, we're gonna cut the ends off, change the water, and then get to doing some chores this morning. I would also say a piece of advice is to not have the water too cold, like kind of have it tepid, and put more water in the vase than you think, because these little flowers, they're thirsty. So I always find that's helpful. I know people say you can put like vodka in it, or I don't know what else. I just use water. I rarely even, like I'll use the packs that it comes with the first time, but I don't really use flower fruit. Again, I'm clearly not a gardener or a florist. This is just what works for me. And I just kind of check to see if any look like they could be removed. We got a couple little bad boys that just maybe I'm gonna put it back in. I can't say how frequently I do this. Honestly, probably could do it more. I would like to brag for a minute. See this tote bag? Thomas made it. He sewed this. It's got a little pocket. It's currently on display. I don't know if I'll ever use it, but I'm so proud of him. And like, look at that. Look at that craftsmanship. Look at, proud mom. think I've shown you this before, but this is an app called, oh my gosh, ChoiceWorks. And we build visual schedules for Thomas in it because that just seems to really help. And honestly, I like to know what my day is going to look like too. I mean, doesn't everyone like to know sort of like what the expectation is? And if we're doing a non-preferred activity, like we just did with this one, which was clean up, then he knows like a car is next, and then we'll come home, and then it's like, we'll read a book, play a game, watch TV, eat lunch, then he can relax, then he'll work out. You know, you can kind of just sort of see how the day's going. And we have found it's helpful for like lots of things too. So like when he was learning how to make a snack. So it's like, you know, get out the cucumber, get the cutting board, get the knife, cut the apple, put it in the bowl, eat, you know, that sort of thing. Anyway, I don't know if that's interesting to any of you, but we find it very helpful. Again, it's called ChoiceWorks. Just while we're on here, this is another one that we find really helpful. I think it's just called Timer. In the App Store, it looks like a little duck, and like Thomas really likes a timer set. Again, just to know like how long am I supposed to be doing this for, or how long until we do something. We find timers really helpful. And this is just like a free app. So like set it for and start, and then he can watch it count down. So like I'll use this when he goes on his bike, or actually he had an EEG a couple weeks ago, and it was very helpful. I had to set it for an hour, but it really calmed him down because he was able to just sort of see like how much longer we were going to be there instead of just like to infinity, which honestly, again, we all kind of like to know. So that's another app we use a lot. And then while we're here, here's another one we like. This one's just called Epic. This is a paid one, but Thomas really likes having books read to him, but it's all kinds of books and like, you name it, comics, videos, audiobooks. It's really great. And you can also download, which I need to, so that we have some when we're out. He just really, for some reason, likes to watch the books be read to him. And they like, if we start this one, you can see, you can't hear it because the volume's off, but it like shows you the words. I guess I could turn it up and show you.
Knew was this. One day when she was 2 years old, she was playing in a garden.
Anyway.
And she plucked another flower and ran.
That's just a couple off the top of my head. And then I think I've shown you this before, but this is what we use. This is his talking app. It's called Touch Chat. It's definitely a paid for one. It's not free. But this is how he communicates with us. And then we have it on another iPad that we use also, just so he can like mimic, or it's just nice to be able to use it at the same time as him sometimes. Nice to see you. Okay, ready? Let's do a Spider-Man story. Spidey and Amazing Friends' first words. Should we count them? 1, 2, 3. Spidey and his friends. Ghost Spider and Miles hear an alarm.
Alarm.
Someone is in trouble. This team of superheroes will save the day. Let's see how many there are. There's Thomas.
1,
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Hey, yo! Hey, yo!
Robot. Friend Tracy shows them the problem on the big screen. Now they can swing down the street and fix it. Let's find street.
I know.
Finished lunch. Now Thomas is up in his room having a little bit of alone time. I wouldn't say quiet time because he is definitely not quiet, but quiet enough because right now the unicorn is sleeping. He just finished a stretch of graveyard, so he'll sleep till hopefully like 5, but usually he hears nothing. Like even when our house gets cleaned, he hears nothing. He's good at like somehow turning off all the sounds. So once Thomas has done that, we'll go downstairs, and his OT created like an exercise program for him. So I'll put him through that, put him on his bike. It's partly, you know, fitness and then partly gross and fine motor skills all in one, which is nice. Plus we have so much gym equipment, it's just like he should be using it too. And then I forget what else we have on the list. Play a game. I'll probably take him out again this afternoon. I find the scheduling really helps both him and myself. Like it can feel like a long day, you know. I'm sure many of you can relate if you're home with your kids, and you know, Thomas doesn't really function independently, so it's nice to have things to do. And I'm not talking like errands, just ways to pass the time and have some fun together and some education and some quiet time and all the things. The least amount of screen time so he sleeps well. I was going to show you this. This is something that we've been doing every night and I've been really enjoying it. When we're having like, you know, no more screens, it's bedtime, we're trying to prepare for bed, we read. And honestly, I was kind of getting bored with like all of the Captain Underpants and the types of books like that. Even though we love them and have read them, I kind of wanted something different. And so I picked up the Minalima version of Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. And it's not a picture book, but it has like some pictures in it. Here, I'll put the camera down and show you a little bit. Anyway, because I was like, I would love to read Harry Potter to him and then start watching the movies together, but I'm not just gonna read a chapter book to him. Like it's nice to have at least a little bit of something on the page, and these are so beautiful. So I'll show you a little bit of what it looks like inside. This is what it looks like. Like it'll be so pretty on a shelf, but I also wanted it to be like functional. So here's the spread where you open it and then it like opens into Diagon Alley, which is really pretty. One that we just looked at was this, and it like spins and this spins, and then the pages themselves are like, some have a little bit of art, and then Like, this is just in chapter 1. We're only in chapter 2. And then some of them are pages like this, but so far we are in the middle of chapter 2. It's going well. And yeah, it's gonna take us a very long time to read the entire series, but that's okay. It's just something like nice and cozy to do together in the evenings. It's still interesting to me to have like weekends off, because for 3 full years I was in school, and weekends I spent most Saturdays like 8 or 9 hours doing schoolwork, because for me, doing school, I was pretty motivated and strict to not work in the evenings unless I had class. And basically once dinner hit, I would try not to work, and then I would take Sundays off too to have like a bit of a break. But it's still so wild to like have a weekend even though it's February and I finished school in July. Anyway, I think like it definitely took me months to recover. And my friends who I went to school with, we were talking about this recently, and it was like, you don't know how much work it is really until you're done. Like when you're in it, you know that you're doing a lot of work and like you have assignments and reading and all the things. But I think now it's like I have all this free time, whereas before I had absolutely no free time. Then you kind of realize like, wow, it took up so much of my time. Obviously, I'm thrilled that I did it. Will I do my master's? Yes, but like not anytime soon. Honestly, I will do. I've like bought some courses, some different counseling courses that I'm just taking by myself, but I have not signed up for a master's. I was in no headspace to do so. And then obviously with losing my mom and Thomas's epilepsy, like really just surprising us and being a lot. I'm very happy that I'm not in school right now. I can't imagine. I'm basically like, well, January for sure, the only focus was Thomas's health and also my health. Like one of my realizations, I think, in losing my mom was like, or no, I shouldn't say realizations. It really drove home the reminder of like, I need to take care of my health. And really just reflecting on what is out of my control. And so much of my life is, especially Thomas's health. Like we do all we can, but you know, he's still not seizure free. He still struggles with a lot of things. So that I can't control. I can do as much as I can, but what can I control? Like I can control how I react to things, my stress level, what I prioritize, what I kind of no longer focus on. So I've made a lot of changes in my life in the last like 2 months, I would say. The Aura ring has been super instrumental and influential for me. If you're interested in me telling you about it, I will for sure in a future video. But like sleep being a focus, it was actually the unicorn who, I don't even remember when it was, at some point in January, I was like, I'm doing everything I can and I still am like struggling mentally. He's like, babe, you need to go back to working out every morning. And he was totally right. Honestly, within 2 days, my mood like improved so much more than I ever could explain or would have expected. It just reminds me of that meme that's like going for my stupid walk for my stupid mental health. It works, and it works so quickly. Getting up, working out before Thomas gets up and before he gets up, like I don't mind getting up at 5 because nobody needs me. No one's talking to me. Like my time is my time, and for most of the day, my time is not my time. So it was just so wild how quickly that changed my mood for sure, and also my physical health, like starting to feel better. I did that. I worked out pretty much 6 days a week, if not 7 days a week, all through school. And I've said that, you know, forever. That's one of the big things that got me through going back to school. And then at the beginning of July last year, I got really bad food poisoning that stuck with me for like 3 weeks. And then it was interesting later, we actually like, it was on the news about how many people had like gone to the hospital for it. Anyway, so that set me back. And then I was just starting to get back into it again. And then we started to notice differences in Thomas's health. And then we lost my mom. And honestly, it was just like, so much. I think I'll talk to you about being an executor because that was like a whole, well, I shouldn't say was, is a whole experience. It's gonna be an experience for a few years, I think. But anyway, all that being said, I have gone back to working out in the mornings and it's so wild how much of a difference it makes, to the point where if I don't work out in the morning, I will make so much of an effort to do so later in the day, which is not like me. I am someone who, like, if I don't get up and work out before breakfast, it's just not happening. Like, I almost have to do it before I even think about an excuse in the morning. And then, like I said, the day often just feels like it runs away with me because someone makes plans or someone needs me or just something happens. But I find myself making more of an effort because I can really tell the difference in how I'm feeling mentally. So just like if you're someone who is struggling, which I mean, like, aren't we all? I would definitely recommend trying to get movement every day, even just like 20 minutes, even just a 15-minute walk outside. That's another thing, like trying to get more fresh air now that it's not minus a jillion. It's amazing how much better I feel. Anyway, the husband was right. Like, so right. I mean, when Thomas works out today, I will work out with him on his program, and then I'll give him a break, and then I'll probably just walk on the treadmill. Like I think I said in my last video, that's my current way that I watch YouTube, is just walking on the tread. Or I might lift heavy weights. That's my other favorite thing to do. Pick up heavy shit and put heavy shit down. That's what I like. Those two things, that and walking and stretching, are my current favorite things. And not like hiking, not just, you know, I'd rather do an hour at like a 3 or a 3.5 and just enjoy my YouTube, you know? So whatever you can do to kind of find whatever's gonna work for you. If it's putting on music and like dancing, if it's scheduling a visit with a girlfriend or a guy friend or whomever friend, and like we're gonna walk while we visit, or anything, join a gym, like whatever it is for you, whatever you need. I love this. This is the last thing I'll say about it because I did not expect to go on this tangent. Oh, he's fine. Just watching Thomas on Tapo. There's this saying that has really stuck with me, is don't wait for motivation, because motivation is basically like a farce and will never happen. You just need to be disciplined. Like, discipline is where it's gonna come in for you, as like just getting the workout clothes out, etc., being prepared, because motivation, who's motivated at 5 a.m. to get out of bed? Not this girl. It's discipline over motivation. And then when you start to see how much it helps, then you kind of get like on a roll with it. Anyway, that was a tangent we didn't expect, but we expect tangents from me. And I'm gonna go check on Thomas. A good flick. Give it a spin. No. Remember, do this. Go. Yeah. Okay. So landed on green. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's yours, yeah. It's now 10 after 5. The unicorn is up, and I'm trying to think what you missed. Not much. I did a little laundry. Thomas helped me. We played some more games. We went for another drive. I was gonna take him for a walk outside, but it's a little cold, and he had a seizure yesterday, so I'm kind of like, I just chickened out and we came home. But he did do his workout, so he did get some physical exercise today. And now I've just been doing a little honeymoon prep. Like I just set all of my out of offices on. God, I love that feeling so much. We'll be checking our email for 2 weeks. And getting some more stuff ready for my sister and her husband and my niece who are coming to stay here with Thomas very kindly. Like I have 6 pages of notes for my sister, plus I filmed a day in the life that she's already watched, she and her husband. And just like, there's just so many things, so many moving parts to leave Thomas for 9 nights. So, but it's exciting, obviously, like we're thrilled. Unicorn's officially off work now for 2 weeks, 2 full weeks we get to spend together, which is, I can't wait. I think tomorrow I'll do another pack. I'm doing a load of laundry because, you know, when you take like some of your summer stuff out, you need to kind of like give it a refresh. So I did that. And now we are just getting ready to go out to dinner.